Chapter 21, Non-Spoiler. In this chapter, we have brought you a review of a very special read. We will tell you why we love this book with all our heart and the reasons why you should definitely read it. It's an experience of a lifetime, so come along and have a listen. My name is Nisma. Turn the page.
Welcome to another chapter in Between the Pages. I'm your hostess, Haneen.
And I'm your host, Nisma. Or hostess.
Hostess. I feel like a flight attendant.
Right, that is what it is. No, I think host.
I never met a flight attendant.
Aww.
Anyway.
Well, we are here today with First Comes Marriage by Huda El-Marashi.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right?
I think that's how I say it.
Huda El-Marashi. And it is my not so typical American love story. This book, I can tell you right from the start, has a very, 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 very capitalized special place in our hearts.
Yeah. I came across it in the bookstore we go to, Cherry Blossom, one time at a discount, and I wanted it, but I didn't have enough money to get it on that day, and I was like, fine, it's on my mind for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister went and bought it for me.
Oh, that's
with a
so
friend.
cute.
Yeah. Mom got worried. Like, why am I reading something about marriage? But while reading it, I felt like Nesma should read it. It's so relatable. Yeah.
This book came to me at the right time. Like, I got it as a birthday gift as well from you and Selma. And it was... And Lama. Oh my God, how did I forget?
Yeah, right.
Sorry, Lama. If you're listening, probably not. I want to say that this book, for like just in general, I want people to know that even if you're not engaged or married, Haneen is not on the radar at the moment.
But it piqued my interest because like all the relationships we read about in novels aren't like our way, our Muslim way. So I felt I am at the age where I need to explore that, and through a book
is the best way.
It's the best way, exactly.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about it a lot. Like, I don't know, I wanted to see someone with our religion living in that culture. How would she feel? Especially that, in a way, we're living in that culture, but through books.
Yeah.
I wanted to explore it from that perspective and put a humbling feeling on the whole marriage situation.
It definitely did. It was very harsh in some ways as well, because we already have this romanticized image of marriage and love and finding your mate and everything. But in reality, it's pretty different. Speaking from personal experience, it's quite different, and it's harder to deal with in real life because you have like real human like issues, you know, like your personality and his personality and how you get together and make it work, and it's very hard, you know, like morphing two people's lives into one. And what I want to say is that, like, it doesn't matter if you're single or married or engaged. This book is for everyone. It's related to Muslim girls who live in the society that we live in and want to find love and want to see what it will look like. Or this is not like per se a guideline, but I think it's more like feeling like you're not alone. You know, like whatever emotions you're going through, these emotions are normal.
Yes.
Normal per se.
It's more of bringing your head back to earth instead of in the clouds.
Exactly. And like any doubts you have, any like feelings of like feeling maybe like are you sure about this person, are you not sure about this person? And like Huda, the main character in the story, really goes through all of the things you can possibly imagine in like before they got engaged. when they got engaged, after they got engaged, like before marriage, when they got married, like their marriage phase, like couple years even right through the marriage. And it's pretty enlightening even. It's just, it's so lovely to see it from someone's perspective and to have this hope, you know, that there's something...
Despite it not being...
willing to fight for, you know? Even if it's like not like the romanticized love thing from the from like TV shows.
Movies and TV shows and books.
Because that's not real. Like even...
It that gave me some kind of security, you know?
It did, yeah, it did.
No, this is real, you know? It's not... I don't know, I don't want to say fiction, but...
It's still, like, in touch with reality.
Yes.
A lot. And she even said, like, before the story started,
a quote from Quran? The verse? Or
No. She had this author's note where she even apologized to her husband, like, throughout this writing the story, that a husband should never get to know these inner thoughts or inner feelings a wife has throughout
They were pretty strong and harsh.
They were very harsh. I can't even imagine what he feels reading this. Maybe he even never read it. If I were him, I would probably wouldn't read it. I don't know, it's something... It is related to him, but it's her story, not his. You know, so maybe he would feel like she's retelling something that wasn't there. So he'd feel like
to know
his perspective.
His perspective.
Yeah.
First Comes Marriage is an almost unbearably humanizing tale that tucks into our hearts and lingers in our imagination. Yes, true, very much.
Yes.
While also challenging long-standing taboos within the Muslim community and the romantic stereotypes we unknowingly carry within us that sabotage some of our best chances for finding true love. So, yes, true. During the novel, she turned all those love stories that we hold as idols in our head as stereotypes. Yes. Basically, they all happen the same way, and we think this is how it's supposed to go. And like they said, they humanized it. It's not kida something in another world. No.
You know, there's something that resonates in me, the whole sabotage thing, you know? Throughout the whole story, there was this self-sabotage that she was even going through. Like,
theme of expectation and disappointment.
Yes. And holding on to this ideal that she wants to happen. But when it happens, she's not satisfied even.
And it becomes anticlimactic, and then she becomes miserable. And why?
Yeah. So, but we don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah.
So, okay. For those of you who don't know what this book is about, it's about Huda, who lives in a character called Huda, who lives in America.
Not a character, but a person.
Right.
This is a real person.
Right, sorry. For the author Huda, who lives in America, she's like a woman who tries to find true love in a world where it's not easy to find it, you know? And it's also talking about restrictions that Muslim women go through these things, like we can't date, we can't have boyfriends, we can't explore our options. Like it's part of sunnah, like once you commit to a person, you figure it out. If this person isn't for you, you move on. Like you can't double date. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
You can't
and of course you can't hold hands, kiss, or do anything until you're married.
Until you're married.
And she had to go through that in the middle of a society where this is normal.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing it, it's weird.
Yeah. Like at the beginning, there were like moments where she was in school and like other students were, why can't you do this? And why can't you do that? You know? And throughout her life, she was always in the novel. She's trying to make her way in a world where stereotypes and certain like rules in a culture that's not part of her own were like percepted onto her, and she felt like she wanted to make her own, you know, like little love story. But it's not that easy, you know, not in real life. It's also about what expectations we have going into a relationship, and how these expectations are met and are not met. So,
yes, and those expectations are based on the stereotypical love stories that we watch and read, and how that sabotages our chances, basically. So how did we get to read this book? Because it's not like on the market, and it's not like something famous.
No, it isn't.
You know, funny thing, when I brought out this book on my desk to like look through it again to record this, my father came into my room and he was like, "What's this?" I'm like, "What?" I mean, he held it like this and like flicked through it. "Oh, it's a book." Like, and he left. He didn't even tell me what he was here for. And then, like, I went after him in the kitchen and I was like, "What did you think it was? What's wrong with it?" He was like, "I thought it was a notebook and you were going to give it to someone or something." And I got a little worried, and I'm like, "No, it's just a book."
It's just a book, Dad.
I have this feeling he doesn't want to see me as a grown woman, you know?
Oh, like finally like falling in love with someone and stuff like that. I mean, I was telling my dad about this book, and I was very nervous before I told him, because I know that my dad is not really on board with my whole reading obsession. Mm-hmm. He always thinks my head is in the clouds and I should be more...
They all do.
But then I told him about First Comes Marriage, and he was actually, "Oh, I've heard about that book before." I'm like, "Whoa, what?" So I told him about like how this girl is going through like this phase and getting engaged, and she's like having all the same feelings that I am right now, and he was very understanding of the reason why I needed to read this book.
Wow.
And
that's gonna not like him.
No, not like him at all. No. But it was very soothing, kida, you know? That's how I needed my dad to be at that moment, you know? And it felt like all of a sudden like we had this connection
over a book.
Finally. Doesn't happen very often. So I really like this book. Is really something special. It's very, very special. And I think...
But what did you talk about exactly? Like just that, or did he...
He didn't have any more questions, actually. He just asked about the name of the author, I think, and that was it.
Like, there wasn't more to it. And find him and find he has read it.
So that was it, our fellow bookworms, for this episode or chapter.
If you want to explore this and go through her journey, I think it's worth the read, and you kind of need to know this.
Any girl out there, please read this.
Yeah.
Any Muslim girl, I mean. It'll probably help you a lot.
And if you're not Muslim, it's an insight as well.
Yeah, it'll make you understand our world a little better. Of what the things that we live by, what our religion gives us and restricts from us, and yeah. We hope you really enjoy this. It's a lovely read. It is very enlightening and beautifully written. Yeah.
Huda is such an amazing person, I guess.
She is.
And Hadi as well.
Yes, of course. He's the one who sparked it all. Without him, there wouldn't have been this novel.
Yeah, true. Honestly, one day I want
Hats
to
off
write
to you,
one
Hadi.
of those.
Yeah, actually, I want to research his actual name, because she said that she changed his name.
She did?
Yeah.
Huh.
In the author's note, she said that she changed Hadi's name from something else, because he wanted that.
Curious. Anyway.
All right, we'll see you next chapter.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Thank you for making it till the end of this chapter. Now that you know what this book is about, go pick it up, give it a read, and a good reflection. Then join our spoiler part, where we can talk about Huda's not-so-typical American love story in more detail. We post every Monday. My name is Haneen. Turn the page for the spoiler part.